what is the main difference between job progression versus career growth?
Mm. Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, my mind instantly goes to like job progression can be like some of those like uh archetypes where they'll like swap jobs or something like that, and like just get leveled up, just or pay raises along the way just from like job hopping, but at the same time like they're not actually learning. Because if you're only at a company for like 1 year, it's hard to like learn, I think, like everything that you can, from that experience. I mean, of course, like if it's a toxic environment, like leave all that and don't stay. At the same time, I don't like discount like job hopping, like or anything like that. Like I think it's a very good strategy, especially if you are like taking away really good experiences from each, and you can learn like a ton just from like being at a company for 1 year. The main like downside that I see to it is that you would have spent like a year building up a bunch of connections and like social capital within the company, because people now see your work, they trust you. They trust you to take on larger projects, they start giving you these opportunities, but then you end up like switching, and then maybe at that point you wouldn't have been at the company to take on like a large enough project to learn something like drastically new or something like that. Whereas with career progression, I think I view it less about the job title, but more about how much are you learning. Because you could be, let's say, at a company where maybe like everyone above you, like everyone around you is a couple levels above you or something like that. And because of that, and they're very knowledgeable, but because of that, you kind of like get compared, and it's hard to get to that next level. But because people are so knowledgeable, you learn so much from them. And like when you do swap maybe to another place where it's a different environment, you're going to be able to bring like so much knowledge to that, like from all the stuff you learned.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I also think, like just, job progression, sometimes I've seen myself as well, like in some companies there are like few guys, they are not learning, they just know like a particular skill set, and with that skill set, over the passage of time, 1 year, 2 year, they are getting the pay raise, and they eventually become
Mhm.
the team lead as well. But they are not just actually getting better in their software programming or management or anything. It is because just because of time and the company, they are not very pushing the people to learn better, and they don't have that kind of environment. So that people, like in terms of job progression, they can see, okay, that person is growing. But in terms, if you take a broader picture in terms of career growth, I would say no, because if that person goes to some other company and then they will say, you have some outdated knowledge, and you might be good in that
Mhm.
company, but for us you have to do this, you have to do this, then that person have to go like down the ladder and then again start it. So I
Yeah.
also agree with your point that career growth is directly linked with learning, and not only learning about just programming. Like in our case, you can learn about how to communicate better, how to make people understand your point of view, how to present better, and like there are like a lot of things as well, like other than just coding, how to be better with people. So you have to like just take in account all of these things, along with your, obviously don't miss out the main part, like the software programming part. So you also have to learn new stuff there as well, and then you can say, okay, my graph, it's like, yeah, going up. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree, man.